A video of a police officer assaulting a suspect in his custody has gone viral. 3 people were killed when a boat exploded while docked on the east bank of DEMERARA. 2 women lost their lives in separate traffic accidents over the weekend. In the region, Argentina set to become a world leader in lithium production. And internationally, COVID, new restrictions amid struggle to contain Delta variant. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. 3 people were killed when a boat exploded while docked on the east bank of Demerara. More from Esther Sobers.
Police are looking into a deadly explosion on a boat that killed 3 persons. The vessel, called Canada Club, exploded while docked at the wharf at Friendship Public Road on the east bank of Demerara. The deceased in the explosion have been identified as C. Prasad, a 60-year-old boat captain of Beehive Essequibo, Damian Diaz, a 29-year-old sailor of Sierra Johanna Region 4 and Whitewater Region 1, and Mark Mangle, a 40-year-old sailor of Riverton Essequibo Coast. On Friday, 25th of June, the vessel delivered a shipment of fuel to Guy All Adventure on the Essequibo coast and returned to the wharf the next day around 10:30 p.m. However, around 4:30 p.m., a tremendous explosion was heard coming from the direction of the vessel. Smoke and fire were spotted emitting from the vessel's bow. The Diamond Fire Service was called to the location and quickly doused the fire, where the remains of the 3 men were discovered motionless on the deck. Additionally, investigation revealed that the explosion originated in the engine room. However, no maintenance work was being done. The vessel's owner stated that all the valves should have been closed when discharging fuel, but investigators discovered the gasoline tank valve opened. 5 6-gallon bottles and 1 5-gallon bottle of suspected gasoline was discovered in the trunk of the boat's captain's motor car. According to investigation, the men were pumping gasoline from the fuel tank reservoir. The bodies are at a funeral home awaiting a post-mortem examination. The police inquiry continues. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Airplanes flying into the Chedijagan International Airport in poor visibility conditions will soon be guided in more safety when the recently installed and tested $200 million instrument landing system at the airport comes on stream. CJIA's manager of air traffic services, Trevor Daly, said the new system will ensure a better line of sight of the runway for approaching aircrafts. Poor weather conditions sometimes make it difficult for aircrafts to land at the CJIA. Meanwhile, the ILS is awaiting certification from the international company that installed it. Following the completion of the CJIA's modernization project this year, the ILS will be fully online to improve the safety of travelers. A video of a police officer assaulting a suspect in his custody has gone viral. Esther Sobers has that story.
I don't have time to wait for this one.
Right. You pull it out. Pull it like show me something.
Following the release of a viral video showing a police officer physically assaulting a suspect in his custody, the officer was apprehended and placed under close arrest. The incident occurred on Friday night at the Wales police station. The officer was further seen showing his feet on the suspect and dragging him to the concrete floor, then into the lockup. The Guyana Police Force has described the incident as unsavory and unacceptable. According to the police force, it does not condone the use of excessive force, nor does it condone the mistreatment of people detained by police officers. However, while at the station, the man and his family became verbally abusive towards the policeman, with the man at one stage pulling off the hoodie that the policeman was wearing. The Guyana Police Force had indicated that its Office of Professionalism, Responsibility and conducting an urgent investigation in the matter. The suspect was taken into custody for a breathalyzer test after driving his car into a trench. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away. When we come back, 2 women lost their lives in separate traffic accidents over the weekend, and a Good Samaritan is in the hospital after intervening in a domestic dispute.
Survival Shopping Complex brings to you its delivery service, Shop through WhatsApp. This process is simple. All you need to do is call or message your grocery list to 613-9683 and we will select your items for you and have them delivered directly to you, even out of town. This is convenient because we can stay on the phone with you as we select your favorite brands. We're happy to do your shopping for you. Contact us on WhatsApp today and shop Price Smart at Survival Shopping Complex.
Are you looking for men's suits for that wedding, prom, or special party? Or maybe you need to update your wardrobe with a modern fit or a new color for work? Search no more, because John Lewis Styles is the perfect men's suit store. Come see us on Waterloo Street, and our friendly staff will help you choose the perfect size, color, and fit. Complement that suit with a stunning shirt and tie, matching bow tie and suspenders, cufflinks, or even a pair of shiny dress shoes. You will love the way you look. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Tastes so good. It's gotta be made with Alabama Baker wheat flour. Produced from quality soft winter wheat and quality enzymes to give a superior product that's guaranteed to be luscious, delightful to taste, and stays fresher longer. Alabama Baker wheat flour is perfect for breads, roti, puri, pastries, chow mein, pastas, and many other delights. Imported and distributed by Alabama Trading. 6566 Robb Street, Borda, and 23 Lombard Street. Telephone 225-5800.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road, Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. On Sunday evening, a 26-year-old man was wounded while attempting to rescue a woman from her violent boyfriend. Enquiries disclosed that around 8 p.m., 26-year-old Sridhat Hanuman was heading home on his bicycle. While proceeding to the Belvedere village in quarantine, he saw a man assaulting a woman. As a result, he intervened in an attempt to assist the woman. A scuffle ensued. The suspect, a 21-year-old male, broke a beer bottle and dealt Hanuman 4 stab wounds to his body. He was rushed to the Port Moran Public Hospital where he was treated and later transferred to the New Amsterdam Public Hospital where he was admitted as a patient. The suspect was later arrested and is currently in custody pending an investigation. 2 women lost their lives in separate traffic accidents over the weekend. More from Esther Sobers.
2 women lost their lives in 2 separate traffic accidents over the weekend. 56-year-old Shireen Hollingsworth of 5th Street, Metamerzark, West Coast, DEMERARA, died last Saturday on the Kendrent Public Road on the west coast of DEMERARA. Hollingsworth's heinous killing was caught on video. Around 2:30 p.m., Hollingsworth was hit by a Canter GZZ 4439 driven by 60-year-old Keith Peters of Romsey Gardens on DEMERARA's west coast. According to authorities, the truck was traveling west along the Kendrent Public Road. Hollingsworth was crossing the road where she proceeded to cross into the path of the vehicle. As a result, the lorry left front collided with her, causing her to fall to the road and sustain bodily injuries. She was picked up in an unconscious state and transported to Lenora Coaches Hospital. She was officially pronounced dead by a doctor on duty. The driver had no traces of alcohol in his system. In addition, authorities are looking into a fatal accident of 22-year-old Kizzy Cave of Kane Street, Meadowbank, Georgetown. According to authorities, the collision happened on Sunday around 9:15 p.m. near Brigdam Road and Bromell's Place. Motorcar PWW 2903, driven by 30-year-old Rameshwar Prasad of 1st Street, Hurst-Telling, East Bank, DEMERARA, was traveling east along Brigdam Public Road, whilst motorcycle CK9077, whose driver identity and address are unknown, was traveling north along the western side of Bromell's Place. Both vehicles failed to stop at the intersection of Brigdam Public Road and Bromell's Place, where the traffic light signal was not operational at the time. The front of the car collided with the motorcycle's left side. The motorcyclist and pillion rider was thrown to the road as a result of the collision. The motorcyclist then stood up and fled. The pillion rider was picked up in an unconscious state and taken by an ambulance to the Georgetown Public Hospital. She was admitted with broken legs, a fractured left arm, and a concussion to the head. She later died as a result of her injuries. The driver of the motor car had no traces of alcohol in his system. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Police are investigating the stabbing death of a 26-year-old woman and the alleged suicide of her 49-year-old lover. The victim and the suspect were in a visiting relationship. The suspect, Ankar Singh, visited the 26-year-old victim, Urmila Singh, at her home at Parfait Harmony on Sunday around 7:45 p.m., where an argument ensued. During the dispute, the suspect allegedly gave the victim multiple cuffs and stabs to her body, causing the knife to become stuck in her abdomen. The suspect then proceeded to flee the scene. Neighbors were alerted and the victim was picked up in an unconscious state and rushed to the West DEMERARA Regional Hospital, where she was seen and examined before being transferred to the Georgetown Public Hospital in a critical condition. She subsequently died at the Georgetown Public Hospital on Monday morning. Meanwhile, police responded to information obtained and went to the Canal No. 1 Conservancy area where the suspect's car had been abandoned. There were no traces of him. However, on Monday morning, the suspect's body was discovered at the Conservancy along Canal No. 1. Police investigations continues. Don't go away after the break. Argentina sets on becoming a world leader in lithium production, and COVID, new restrictions amid struggle to contain Delta variant. But before that, here's the DEMERARA bridge retraction schedule.
Forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
For decades, milk has remained the same. Until now. Introducing the Great Dairy Full Cream Milk from Alabama Trading. Enriched with vitamins A to D and calcium to promote healthy teeth, strong bones, and vitality. Great Dairy Milk is delicious and fortified to encourage healthy cell growth within the body. No wonder it's the #1 brand of milk produced in Ireland. Now available nationwide in 400-gram packages at leading supermarkets and wholesale vendors. Distributed by Alabama Trading.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Survival Shopping Complex brings to you its delivery service, Shop Through WhatsApp. This process is simple. All you need to do is call or message your grocery list to 613-9683 and we will select your items for you and have them delivered directly to you, even out of town. This is convenient because we can stay on the phone with you as we select your favorite brands. We're happy to do your shopping for you. Contact us on WhatsApp today and shop Price Smart at Survival Shopping Complex.
Are you looking for men's suits for that wedding, prom, or special party? Or maybe you need to update your wardrobe with a modern fit or a new color for work? Search no more, because John Lewis Styles is the perfect men's suit store. Come see us on Waterloo Street, and our friendly staff will help you choose the perfect size, color, and fit. Complement that suit with a stunning shirt and tie, matching bow tie and suspenders, cufflinks, or even a pair of shiny dress shoes. You will love the way you look. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. Lithium is becoming a hotter commodity as people turn more and more to renewable energy. Lithium is used in the batteries that power electric cars, laptops, phones, and many other devices, and Argentina, with its large lithium reserves, wants to supply the world. Al Jazeera's Teresa Bo reports.
Lithium extraction is well underway at the Olaro salt flats in the province of Jujuy in northern Argentina. It is referred to as the wild gold of renewable energy. Gabriel Marquez says Argentina needs to increase lithium extraction, but also manufacture batteries to add value to the production chain.
We are trying to establish a small supply chain of lithium batteries so we can meet with demand. One area of demand is the transformation of Argentina's large public transport system to include electric buses.
Lithium production is a priority for Argentina's government. Its Minister of Production says the government has already signed deals with several companies. China is a major player in the business and has been increasing its presence in the region.
We are seeing lots of interest in the possibility of investing in the country. Last week, we signed a memorandum with a Chinese company that is already producing lithium in Argentina and is hoping to advance into batteries. And we signed with another Chinese company to build batteries in cars. We are seeing lots of interest because of our natural resources, industrial history and technology that allows us to plan ahead.
Lithium-ion batteries, rechargeable and lightweight, power the most used electronic devices on the planet, from cell phones to laptops. Much of that lithium comes from what is known as the lithium triangle.
Argentina, Bolivia, and Chile have around 70% of the world's lithium reserves. The lithium is in liquid brine reserves located in salt flats like this one. Thousands of liters of water are necessary to pump up the brine reserves to the surface. They're later on distributed in evaporation pools. Communities around this area are concerned that lithium extraction could complicate their access to water.
People here depend on these salt flats to make a living. And Clemente Flores is part of the indigenous communities in the area.
Our ancestors have been living here since before the Argentine state, and now they want to invade it. We haven't seen any serious studies on what will happen to the water. It is something that worries us. We are concerned about what is being done to other salt flats in the region. They are broken, dirty, and we don't want that to happen here.
And that's why scientists like Victoria Flexer are working to find alternative ways to extract lithium.
So we are looking at both disruptive technologies, that means technologies that do not need to evaporate water to extract lithium, and we are also looking at what we might call upgrades to the current evaporative technology. And we are looking to try to recover some of the water that is currently lost during evaporation. It would be an inconsistency to extract lithium for a greener world and for a greener economy if we are contaminating the regions or the locations around the deposits.
Developing technologies is expensive and will take time. A major challenge for developing nations who are trying to find a balance between conservation and growth. Teresa Bo, Al Jazeera, Jujuy, Argentina.
The death toll from the collapse of the Surfside Tower in Florida 3 days ago has risen to 9. More than 150 people are still unaccounted for. Rescue workers recovered 4 more bodies from the debris on Sunday. Al Jazeera's John Hendry reports.
With a rising death toll and dwindling hopes of finding survivors in the Surfside building collapse, rescue workers have been battling rain, fire, and the clock. As rescuers rummage through tons of rubble from above and beneath, a structural engineer tells Al Jazeera the collapse seems to have started in the building's foundation and the sinking landfill it was built on.
That might be something to do with the foundation settlement. That might be something to do with some of the columns that might be deteriorated over time. Remember, this building is very close to the shoreline. And when you have structures, especially concrete structures, very close to shoreline, they are exposed to salty seawater. That kind of accelerates the deterioration of the concrete.
Search and rescue teams cut a deep trench through pancaked concrete and mangled metal and made a grim discovery.
We've continued all night to build that trench, and as a result of that, we were able to recover 4 additional bodies in the rubble, as well as additional human remains.
First responders say this is still a rescue mission, noting survivors could live on in so-called void spaces.
So a void space can be created by pretty much anything. If a wall falls and hits your refrigerator instead of coming down to the floor, maybe a piece of furniture, maybe someone could be in a bathtub with a piece of wall over them, and the bathtub itself is a void space. So it's any space that could sustain life.
Family members are donating DNA to identify those lost in the Champlain Towers south, but the search has been hampered by fire and rain. There is another worry. Just north of the building that came down, there is another building called Champlain Tower North, built at the same time with similar materials, and residents there are being offered the chance to voluntarily evacuate. Over the next 30 days, Miami-Dade County officials will be inspecting it and other older high-rise buildings, hoping to avoid another catastrophe on the sinking sands of Miami Beach. The chances of finding survivors decrease by the hour and by the day.
The debris field's, scattered throughout, and it's compacted, extremely compacted. So it's a very slow process where we have to stabilize the best we can as we're moving through.
After the rescue come the forensic engineers, gathering samples from the collapsed concrete and steel and putting their findings into computer simulations.
They will try to replicate this failure by different simulations. And based on that, once you have in your computer environment simulating the same type of failure, then you will have a better understanding of what factor or factors caused this failure.
But first, rescue workers are toiling around the clock to ensure that anyone who has managed to survive within a void in the rubble is discovered before time runs out. John Hendren, Al Jazeera, Surfside, Florida.
And internationally, the World Health Organization says the Delta variant of COVID-19 has been identified in 85 countries and is spreading rapidly in unvaccinated populations around the world. Al Jazeera's Charlotte Bennis reports.
At a hospital on the outskirts of Jakarta, people infected with COVID-19 seek treatment in the car park. This week has been Indonesia's worst since the pandemic began. It has recorded more than 100,000 cases for the first time, filling up dozens of hospitals.
The capacity of the triage tents is 30 portable beds. But the number of people who come here to ask for medical treatment is really high. We can't reject them.
The capital, Jakarta, is worst hit. Last week, it recorded more than 130 deaths every day. Indonesia has recorded 56,000 fatalities since the pandemic began. That's the highest number in Southeast Asia and the fourth worst per capita globally. As the Delta variant spreads, Indonesia is not the only country facing a health emergency. Russia recorded 619 COVID deaths on Saturday, its highest so far this year.
For the last week, the number of patients increased by 1/5 compared to the numbers we had before.
The World Health Organization says the Delta variant has been identified in 85 countries and is spreading rapidly in unvaccinated populations.
The attack rate is higher, it infects more people, it can spread faster. And we're seeing that now we saw it in India, we're now seeing it in Australia and Indonesia, in the UK, and I think we'll see it now also increasingly in Europe and indeed also in the Americas.
Australia experienced that this week. It was COVID-free. Now it has dozens of cases. Millions of people in and around Sydney have been ordered into a 2-week lockdown.
Yeah, everyone's down, they're bored, upset. It's just complete ghost town again.
We should brace ourselves for more cases. We're finding that all household contacts, unfortunately, are getting the virus. Transmissibility is at least double what previous variants have been. So we do need to brace ourselves for potentially larger number of cases in the following days.
For people in Spain, their freedom has been more than a year in the making. On Saturday, the government dropped an order to wear masks outdoors. A third of the population is now fully vaccinated and infections are falling.
I feel safe. At the end of the day, I think we need to return to our past normal life as soon as possible. This is a step forward.
But many kept their mask on, wary of dropping their guard against a virus still ravaging many nations. Charlotte Ballas, Al Jazeera.
That is all for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. that is all for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. Tune in on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, stay safe and take care.